Emergency alert, lock your basement immediately. Do not ignore this. Stay in the basement and hide in the corner. This is not a drill. That's what the text said. At first, I thought it was some kind of prank or spam message. You know how people send fake Amber Alerts just to mess with you? I'd seen it before, people panicking over nothing, then realizing it was all a joke. But this felt different. It wasn't formatted like an Amber Alert, and the number it came from wasn't the usual emergency contact. Still, I almost brushed it off. Almost. But then my phone buzzed again, the same message flashing across my screen. Do not ignore this. Stay in the basement and hide in the corner. This is not a drill. I started to feel uneasy. Why would anyone text something like that? My first instinct was to check the news. I pulled up my browser, scrolling through headlines. Nothing. No mention of a lockdown, no news about something going wrong in my area. Just the usual. I was about to turn off my phone when another message popped up, and this time, it was from an unknown number. Lock the door, now. I glanced toward the basement door. It was open, like it always was. I hadn't been down there in weeks, honestly. It was more of a storage space than anything else, cluttered with old boxes, holiday decorations, and junk I hadn't touched in years. But the text was starting to get to me. My hands were shaking. Maybe it was just paranoia, but something didn't feel right. I walked over to the basement door, hesitating for a second before pulling it shut and locking it. As soon as the bolt clicked into place, I heard a noise. Faint, barely audible, but unmistakable. It was coming from the basement. A shuffle, like something was moving down there. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. The house was supposed to be empty. I lived alone. There was no reason for anyone to be in the basement. I tried to rationalize it, telling myself it was just the old pipes, or maybe the wind shifting something around. But then I heard it again, louder this time. A slow, deliberate scraping sound, like something heavy being dragged across the floor. Panic set in. I stepped away from the door, fumbling for my phone. Another message buzzed through. It knows you're there. Don't make a sound. I stared at the screen, my hands trembling. Who was sending these? How did they know what was happening? And what did they mean by it? I slowly backed away from the basement door, trying to stay as quiet as possible. My mind raced. Should I call the police? Should I run? I was about to dial 911 when another sound echoed up from the basement. A thud, followed by slow, creaking footsteps. Someone, something, was coming up the stairs. I dropped my phone in shock, my breath catching in my throat. I could hear the footsteps, heavy and deliberate, getting closer. My mind screamed at me to run, but my legs felt like lead. I was paralyzed, standing in the middle of the kitchen, staring at the basement door. Then, another message popped up on my phone, the screen illuminating the dim room. Hide, now! I bolted. My feet moved before my brain even registered what was happening. I sprinted for the living room, diving behind the couch just as I heard the basement door creak open. Silence. I held my breath, my heart thundering in my ears. I couldn't see the door from where I was hiding, but I could hear everything. The sound of slow, measured breathing, the soft scrape of something dragging across the floor, and then a voice. Low, guttural, and inhuman. I know you're here. It wasn't possible. No one else was in the house. No one was supposed to be here. But whatever was in the basement was no longer a figment of my imagination. It was real, and it was looking for me. I stifled a sob, pressing my hand over my mouth to keep quiet. My phone buzzed again, and I nearly screamed at the sound, quickly silencing it. Another message appeared. It can smell you. Don't move. I didn't dare look at the screen for too long. The steps were moving through the house, slow and deliberate, almost like it was savoring the hunt. My mind was racing. Who had sent these messages? How did they know what was happening in real time? Was someone watching me? The footsteps stopped, just inches away from the couch. I squeezed my eyes shut, my body trembling with fear. I could hear it breathing, a ragged, rasping sound. My whole body went cold. The air felt thick, like something foul was filling the room, suffocating me. And then, just as suddenly as it had come, it turned and moved away. I waited for what felt like hours, listening as the footsteps faded back toward the basement. The door creaked open and slammed shut. Silence. I didn't move. I couldn't. My mind was still reeling, trying to process what had just happened. After what felt like an eternity, I finally worked up the courage to look at my phone again. There was one final message. It's looking for you. If you move, you will die.